On this episode of the RNG Cast, we're joined by Danfinity. Dan is a streamer, podcaster, and all-around great guy who is super positive and has a vast knowledge of comics and all things nerdy. He's always fun to have on the show. Hope you guys enjoy it. Enjoy the show.
And within the first month, there was like a downed bat underneath a beanbag that we had moved.
Oh, fun!
Yeah, and so I have a 12-minute video of that whole thing. But she, when I came home yesterday, she goes, "Oh my God, Dan, there's something in the oven." What? She goes, "I don't know what it is, but it sounds big." Okay. Was it a bat? I don't know. I didn't look. Okay. Well, then we're just going to keep that our little secret, and we're not going to even talk about it.
well, guess who's eating Hot Pockets for the rest of the fucking week, huh? Us. That's right.
We're just going to wait that sucker out.
Well, good news. We get to eat food. Bad news. That thing's going to die in our oven. But yeah, I don't know what it is. It's the first time I'm going to sound real bougie when I say this, but it's the first time I've used oil heat.
Mm-hmm.
Which, normally it's, gas or whatever for when I grew up. I don't know, maybe I did have oil heat as a kid and I just didn't have to worry about it. But one, good God, man, that thing is a hit to your wallet when you have to fill up that tank.
Mm-hmm.
And two, the heater is so fickle that I'm like, okay, what do I gotta do? So the crawl space under my house is the upside down.
Yeah.
100%. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm. Full with the vagina door to another dimension.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And two, I was just like, okay. Every time I go down there, I'm like, all right, any animal down here, please don't attack me viciously. Okay. I kick my foot in, and
attack me lightly.
I wiggle my foot because I had my boots on, so I'm like, okay, I have steel toes and safety and construction boots, so if you do bite me, I won't feel a thing, but you'll feel everything.
All right, sons of bitches.
Yeah. Exactly. And I'm like, okay, please. Hey, demon, it's your boy. We both live here. Please be nice. You know what I mean? I'm like, okay, all right. And then, number two, I'm worried about blowing up because, oil.
Oh, fuck yeah, man.
So I have to, hit it's like a manual restart button that I have to, hold. And then it, kicks on, and I can hear the fire, literally a foot from my hand. And I'm like, okay, please don't blow up.
God.
I don't know how I can explain this to my girl, to Jessie. I don't know how I can explain this to her. She'll be mad if I die. I think she likes me a lot. Please don't kill me.
Yeah.
But, yeah. I mean, it's on now. I mean, I woke up this morning after going to bed super late because, Fortnite.
Uh-huh.
That, I was like, okay. I got up and I walked outside in my living room, and my dog looked at me and she was like, yo, it's fucking cold. And I'm like, yeah, it is. So I tried to kickstart the heater on and all that, and next thing I know, I have to go back into the upside down, and I'm like, I feel like 11.
Yeah.
Because
oh my God.
I finally watched that season. I've watched that series, and I get it now.
Yeah.
I get the jokes. It's not for me, but I did watch the entire series.
Yeah, it's so. I haven't watched the second season yet, but I did. I have that same feeling. It's not necessarily for me. I do like things that are vaguely Spielbergy.
Oh, it's super,
with kids.
It's super Spielbergy. Yeah.
Oh, super.
It's like, for me, I say it's Monster Squad meets Goonies, but not as good as either.
Right.
But I understand why people could enjoy it. Like, I'm not 100% going like it's a terrible show. You know what I mean? It's just I can understand why some people like it. It just doesn't scratch that itch for me. So
do it for you, yeah.
Yeah.
There's like a. Do you remember that movie Super 8?
I do.
Dude, that movie was fucking awesome.
I loved
Why?
it. I loved it
Because it was like small dose.
Mm-hmm.
You had a small dose of the Spielbergy monster movie.
Yep.
With this, you don't really get that.
It's like I would say Cloverfield, but Cloverfield's not a small dose of anything. It's a big dose. It's a big dose. But yeah, I mean, you know, I dug it. I dug it. Also, I had to go do a little bit of research for that question we were asked. I think it was Gear Dad asked us.
Oh yeah, Gear Dad asked. Yeah,
I had to.
I know.
I had to go deep. I was like, okay, hold on. I gotta see. I gotta go in. I gotta do some research. So
yeah,
but you know, we've been doing a new intro, which has already started now. We just go right in. So, what's up, everybody? It's Buster Knuckle. Joining me this week is Raven is I don't know where he is. I messaged him several times and he has not answered me. So maybe he's sleeping. You know, daywalker type shit. But joining me, if you don't already know, is the one, the only. I think if we could say we have swapped titles around, if I have been the guest on his podcast the most, I think it's safe to say that you hold that title for us.
I'm the Steve Martin to your Estelle.
Yeah, you're the I was gonna say the Ric Flair for the RNG cast. Ladies and gentlemen, the one, the only, Danfinity. What's up, Dan?
Not much. How are you, man?
I'm good, dude. I'm good. We were talking about the Upside Down, which is my my crawl space. So the listeners get to hear that greatness. But yeah, man, I'm good. House blues, I guess, would be what it is.
Yeah, that's what you get for owning a house.
Yeah, right, that's what you get. having to call somebody asshole.
Way to be an adult with a mortgage.
Yeah, asshole early in the morning going, hey man, you need to come fix my house, and then him go, it's the weekend, and I go, yeah.
I'll bake you a pie.
It's also cold, so get your ass over here and get under my house. Ugh, man. So, we were just talking a little bit about how we feel about Stranger Things.
Yes.
And, don't worry, Destiny Talk is coming, because we do have some things to talk about. I don't know how much, but some.
Oh man, I gotta pull up the TWAB.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, I've already looked at it. So far, all it says is we have some amazing artists, which we do. We have some incredible artists. Mm-hmm. We have for the 4K people, the people with the PS Pro, they're going to be bumped up. The graphics are going to be bumped up a bit, which everybody says is great. Also, a lot of people say the game is dead, and why do we play it?
This game's been dead for 3 years. Don't worry about it.
Yeah, 100%. That's pretty much it, too. Yeah. Didn't you say that in Destiny 1? And then...
Yeah.
And then in Rise of Iron, and then in the...
Oh, you said this like 2 weeks after Vanilla? Oh, you said this 2 weeks after Taken King? Oh, you said... Like, I don't know. There's so much that, like, this game's dead... this game is going to kill this game, and it just hasn't happened yet. And, like, I have a feeling that it's kind of like one of those monster movies where the only thing that can kill the monster is its own creator.
Yeah, exactly.
So, like, Bungie's going to have to be like, we're going to put this monster down in order for it to go down.
Or like the only way to cure yourself from being a werewolf is to kill the werewolf that bit you and eat its heart, which is the most odd way of getting rid of something. You're like, how does that make sense? Wouldn't you just be a bigger werewolf?
You'd be a double werewolf.
Yeah, you would be a double werewolf across the sky. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Double werewolf.
But yeah, I mean, I do believe that you are. If I look back in time, I do believe that you hold the belt for the most appearances on the RNG cast.
Hey, man.
Which I don't know. I don't know if it is an honor or a gift or a curse, but
Yeah.
thank you for coming on.
Well, I try to. So, in my life, I try to ride that fine line of gift or curse. And if I'm doing that here, I'm right on character. So
You know, that's actually a good way to live. I've never. I always say everything in moderation, especially moderation.
yes,
You know what I mean?
I agree. I agree with you.
But I've actually been planning some things recently with. I've been talking to Slapshot Scott from the Barely Destiny show, and we've been talking about some things. Some things are in the works for the. Let's just say, what's the nice way to put this? A open challenge to all Destiny podcasts.
Okay.
We're not ready to push it out yet.
All right.
But,
well, I will receive your challenge when you're ready to give it.
But I will be, put it this way, it will be an enjoyable experience to have for us to come on, and I will have to make a video which makes an ass out of myself, which I am okay with. I'm okay with being an asshole. I really am, because it's going to be... I'll give you the hint because, well, you're on the show now, and it's something to talk about other than This Week at Bungie, which I have up right now.
Same here.
But it's going to be an old school wrestling promo video. That's how I'm going to issue this challenge.
Listen here, brother.
Sort of, kind of, yes.
Yeah.
So it's going to be an old school wrestling shoot. I'm going to make the video. I'm going to make it private and then send the link out to everybody to play if they accept it, because it's going to be hilarious to hear me and to see me go full wrestling heel just to get a laugh out of people and hopefully get everybody started. So I hope you guys are ready, because I know you guys have 9 people on as on host as your show. Like when I came on, there was 7 people, dude.
Oh my god, I know, right? So it seems that we've kind of distilled down to 4 when we're at max now. I don't know. That's really up to Jay at any given time.
Well, yeah, I mean, I was cool with it because I've never spoke to Rathos, and I mean, he was a pretty awesome guy. He got my third class, which I refused to name, ready and raid ready, but it was fun. But I was just like, God, there's so many people there's so many names on this Skype page, man.
We had 3 guests.
Yeah.
We had so many hosts, and then we had 3 guests. So I think there was 10 people in that chat.
Yeah, 'cause it was
I don't think a lot of people got to say a lot of things.
It was myself, Souls, and Red Wing Girl. And I was like, good lord. Yeah, that's true too. There was 3 of us, so.
Yeah. There's only so much opinion that can be said within that time frame by that many people.
Without over talking.
Exactly.
I mean, some people like to over talk, and that just makes it seem like an actual conversation. But as an editor, as a producer, the one who has to put the show together, it's a goddamn nightmare.
I hear you, and I apologize in advance.
I don't think we can over talk with 2 people. I don't really think it's possible.
Oh, you mean this is just an A and B conversation? Okay.
Yeah. So, how you been, man?
I've been well. Just over the past couple months, there's been a few changes here and there, and I'm finding my role within it. I'm still on the podcast for Destiny Tracker, but I'm no longer streaming there, which is
a bummer.
No, I feel like it's better for my channel that I'm on it more. And so, like, it was just like shifting focus to that and finding my niche through doing things on my channel. The clan that I started has grown pretty well, and that's the current meta clan. In case anybody's interested, wink, wink, nudge, nudge.
Know what I mean? Know what I mean? Say no
yeah,
more.
know what I
Say
mean.
no more.
But I don't know. It's just been a lot of transition. Jenny and I have been like since before we lived in a house that had like 2 other people in it and that were like band members of mine. And now we live in an apartment that is just the 2 of us. So that's been a huge transition.
Oh, yeah.
And like, I don't know. This is just like the year of change. And I think like every once in a while you have these things that definitely hone you down into who you will be for the next 10 years or so. And this is definitely like one of those moments for me. I feel it in my bones. So,
yeah, man, I think I don't know what would happen if Jess and I lived with other people.
oh yeah, you'd have a lot more arguments. That's
Yeah.
what happened. You'd have a bunch more arguments, and then your girlfriend, either you or your girlfriend, would get into a thermostat war with one of your roommates because one of them likes to be really hot and the other one likes to be really cold.
Oh, God.
And yeah, I think honestly, this is the happiest we've been.
And that's all that matters. Let's just be honest.
Yeah.
And I mean, I've had enough of thermostat wars.
Oh my God, yeah. What you were talking about this morning.
Yeah, having to go under my house into the upside down and then just hopefully not get attacked by a raccoon or a possum or a fox or any other weird New Jersey animals that could have slithered under my house in the short time that we've been here, even though it's a secure area. But I'm under there listening with like holding my breath just in case I hear like a weird scratching noise or whatever. Oh my God. It's so bad. It's so terrifying under there too.
See, when I was growing up, we had a wood burning stove, and my dad, my brother, and I would all trudge out into the wilderness around our house. They owned like a 40-acre farm, and we'd go into the woods, chop up any tree that was already dead, and then like cut that into ricks, and that was like every Saturday morning from the time I was like 7 till I moved out of that house at 18. So it was like I crawling under the house with the oil and the whatever varmints are down there. Mm-hmm. That's harrowing. And like it could be a lot worse. You could have to go out and cut your own wood.
Yeah, true. Yeah, I mean, I don't want to get attacked by a fox is basically the long and short of everything. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I think nothing would be more terrifying than putting my head into there and be like, hey guys, and then I look up and there's a raccoon or a possum or even the bat you talked about. I'm not afraid of bats, but they're still freaky when they're ripping around your head at full speed, right?
Oh my God, I need to tell you this before we move on. There was a time, so the house that we used to live in, that Jenny and I just moved from, we could hear like things like crawling and shit, and like the roof, like in the actual roof, and like in the sides of the house and stuff. It was like bonkers. So one day, Jenny's getting ready, and I'm like passed out. I'm falling asleep. Now this is on the second floor. Figure the like the hallway kind of looks like a cross once you get to the top of the stairs.
Mm-hmm.
You have a long hallway that goes all the way to the back to the main bedroom, and off to the 2 sides are like 2 tinier bedrooms. But as you get up to the stairs, directly in front of you is a laundry room, right?
Mm-hmm.
that you'd have to turn the corner and then go to the end of the cross.
Yeah.
So she goes, Dan, there was a bathroom right next to the stairs as well. She's in the bathroom, and she comes back to our room, and then she's about to go back to the bathroom again. She goes, Dan, you need to wake up. You need to wake up. I was like, what? Huh? Dan, look. Oh my God, look. And so I do, and in the corner, next to the laundry room is this like baby possum, just like standing upright, kind of like anthropomorphic like, with its creepy little hands just gripping the two walls in the corner, looking like I was about to trap it and eat it or something. And I was just as terrified of its beady little eyes as it was of my beard. So like,
it was just looking at you like, "Hey, are you going to eat me?" And you
its
looked
mouth,
at it like,
and just like I could see tears forming. So like, it's a little baby guy. So I was like, well, let me get a shoe. Maybe if I stun it with a shoe or something, like
bite me.
Maybe it'll like play dead. I can grab it by the tail and then just throw it outside. I go to get a shoe. It's gone. It's in the laundry room. We had to we closed the door real quick to the laundry room, made a note saying, "Do not go in, Possum Baby."
That's a good band name, by the way.
Possum Baby?
No, do not go in, Possum Baby. The whole thing.
Oh, okay.
It'd be like Parks and Rec, Mouse Rat, Scarecrow Boat, Rat Mouse or whatever the hell they named the band every other time.
Mouse Rat?
Yeah. Possum Baby. Don't go inside, Possum Baby. That would be more a song title for like the weird bands,
Don't Go Inside is the album name for Possum Baby.
Yeah.
Don't Go Inside, Possum Baby.
Beautiful. I'm glad we made that inside joke together.
Too.
Speaking of crazy animals, one last time. I live in New Jersey, which is the home of all the deer.
Yep.
Every deer in the world has come from New Jersey, I think, because what was that?
Deer in Indiana has a New Jersey plate.
Oh yeah, exactly. They have a out of state driver's license. Pretty much is how it works out. I have hit, I think, in my life. I'm 35. Being realistic, I probably hit 7, 8 deer, which is a lot because deer are not little. Everybody's like, "Oh, it's just a deer." Like, okay, yeah, hit it with a car. Watch what damage it does to your car, because it does damage. But one time I was driving and there were the the guardrails to stop people from going into deep ditches and whatnot. I don't know if they have that in Indiana.
We do. It's pretty flat here, but we have ditches.
Okay. Well, one time I was driving and I heard. I was just driving. It wasn't late at night, but it was like kind of the dusky, weird witching hour.
Oh yeah.
And I caught out the corner of my eye movement, and I see a huge deer, running full clip, and I'm like, I'm gonna hit this fucking thing. I'm gonna hit it, and as it jumps, it catches its front two hooves on the guardrail, and goes ass over tea kettle. Hey, Raven.
Yeah.
Hey.
I was just about to message you, telling you to join us in session.
Oh yeah. I'm here. Things happened. Long story short, technology hates me right now.
Yeah.
Welcome, Raven.
Thank you.
What's going on, buddy?
My poor dead, not really functional phone died on me, so I had to do a little bit of musical chairs with the wife. Her tablet alarm is not as loud as her normal alarm. So things happened, but I'm here now.
So far, you have missed the story of me having to go under my house 3 days in a row to restart my heater. I live right on top of the Upside Down from Stranger Things, which I have finished. Dan has had a bat in his oven once and a baby possum in his laundry room. We named our first album "Don't Go Inside Baby Possum." Don't go inside Baby Possum. Or Possum Baby.
Possum Baby.
I was just telling the story about the time, as you just jumped in mid-story, so I will continue. I was driving. I saw a big-ass deer charging towards me, like full-ass clip, running as fast as it could. And I look over just in time to see it leap into the air. And I'm like, oh, this thing is coming into my window. It catches its front two hooves on the guardrail, goes ass over tea kettle, smashes his head. I'm assuming it's a he. It wasn't during rut, so they didn't have horns or antlers. And as it hit the ground, I heard it make a noise that I can only describe as a oh.
Oh no!
So I pull over because I'm in tears, and I see the deer get up and kind of like shake it off. And I'm like, oh, it's okay. Those things are just meant to take impact anyway, so it's fine. But hearing a deer make the oh shit noise, yeah, oh, I just fucked myself up noise, Deep down.
All right, it's cool. No ladies are around. Nobody saw me. All right, that's good.
Except for that one human in the car who is losing his mind right now. But so, Des,
Hello.
do you have any weird animal stories to continue on this topic, considering it became an ad hoc topic quite quickly?
I don't really have any weird animal stories, but I just always got aggravated at a because there was this gated community I used to work near. I'm really weird because it's a rich folk place down here. Anyway, but I knew someone that lived there, and I used to hate driving through it at night because it's Alabama. There's deer here, but in this place, because it's a gated community, the deer have lived with people so long
they're not afraid.
They don't get out of your way. You put on your brakes and you're sitting there in your car, and they're just staring at you like, what?
That's cute.
and then when they decide to move, they move. Because do what you will, you're sitting there waiting on them. They don't care about your horn. They don't care about the lights. No, you're waiting on them. Piece of crap.
Apparently, they have New Jersey licenses as well.
Yes,
because it's my firm theory that every deer in America has come from New Jersey, because there has been a time I've been driving home seeing fucking herds. I was going to say flocks, but it's a herd, I guess, is the best way. Yeah. Oh, it's just crazy, man.
I'm sorry, that just put for some reason, they just put the idea of them looking, it's like, what? I'm walking here.
Yeah, the stereotypical New Jersey accent, right? When
They all listen to Springsteen.
The boss is the best. Leave him alone. The best pizza is the boardwalk pizza. You gotta fold it. You're like,
Green door slams. Baby, your dress waves.
Baby, we were born to run. Oh man. So, you guys want to talk about Destiny, or we can keep talking about animals if you want to. It's fine.
I'm either way. This is fun too.
Meanwhile, all the listeners are like, are these guys going to talk about animal impacts all day? Because if so, I'm in. Because I'm sure Buster has had some crazy animal stories, and I have. But
welcome to the RNG cast, the
most random Destiny podcast in the universe.
Random nature game show where we talk about the wildlife.
Running out of steam there.
Yeah, that joke ran out of steam midway.
I wasn't as committed as I should have been. I was just like,
this will come to me.
Yeah, it started off real fine, and then just slowly lost heart.
It's like Dan, because you're a musician. It's like starting a riff that just is killer on the guitar, and then midway through you're like, I don't know where this is going, and then just turning it into dueling banjos.
No, it doesn't even turn into dueling banjos because that's interesting. It just
womp.
Well,
Wow,
all right.
wow.
That was that.
Sorry, guys. All right, so we are in the midst of the second faction rally in Destiny 2.
Mhm.
How are you guys liking the, I'm going to do air quotes, new weapons that are dropping? Any standouts for you? Des, I'm looking at your picture right now. I'm not looking at you. I'm looking at your icon. Mister, I have all the weapon stats and information. How anything standing out to you as faves or a gotta get, even though you might not support Dead Orbit? I didn't say that out loud. I'm sorry.
Well, I think no. Last week I did make mention that there weren't really. The kinetic SMG is interesting because there's just not that many of them from Dead Orbit. But then again, it's a 900 RPM, which is a little subpar compared to the Antiope or even Stochastic Variable type, which has Phase Magazine, which can drop it down to 600. So I mean, those are usually going to be your favored because the 600 are the better, or the
Reliable.
the better TTKs, basically. As long as you're hitting your headshots a little more, they're going to do you a little better. I've heard like rave things about Stochastic Variable for sure, because I may have like severely screwed up, but I haven't played much Destiny. Of course, I mean, let me just preface this that it all started pretty much literally as soon as we stopped recording last week. I did a thing, and I was looking through PSN, looking for, just looking. And that's when I noticed that had released the day before was the .hack GU last recode, which anybody may or may not remember. The .hack games, GU or the ones before, they were PS2 games that they were RPGs that mimicked MMOs because it's a story about an MMO. But so yeah, I found out that released like the day before we recorded. And it was a good price, and they had all three parts of .hack GU, like 1080p, 60 frames a second, like I said, all three parts, and they even added a fourth part to it, to the story.
Ooh.
I looked at my wife, I'm like, I never got to finish that. And now it's like right there, like all parts, and there's a new part. My wife's like, why don't you go ahead and get it? It's like, fair enough.
You don't have to tell me twice.
Exactly. That's some money saved up. Yeah, let me just go and get that then.
It's good to work in a warehouse and be a selector.
Yeah. So 40 hours later, I 100% completed Volume 1, and I am about 8 hours into Volume 2.
40 hours later, I'm still playing this game.
So, I mean,
eternity later.
I will say, like, in preparation for Xur, I did log into the game, and I apparently had 2 sets of raid engrams waiting for me. Whoops.
Hey.
That tells you how long it's been since I logged in. Oh my god, I feel so bad right now. Oh god. And the bad thing is it's Faction Rally. But I'm sorry, but that hack is a game that's very dear to my heart, so I've been having a crap ton of fun. But yeah, the good news is I just got Ghost Primus and the Conspirator, which are new raid weapons for me. So
nice.
Hooray. Can't wait to try those out. Because those are pretty rave as far as I understand. But yeah, I haven't been able to log in much because
other games, which is fine. We're all
that hack is something that's been very dear to me, and it's hilariously a game that I was playing when me and my wife first got together. But she hated video games at that point in time. But still, it's been like 10 years since I've played this game, and it's a game I never thought would get like an HD redo, let alone like out of left field. Oh, here's an additional part to it to like finish out the story or whatever.
Yeah, you're like, ooh, hello, pretty lady.
Well, I get to finish this series, plus there's like additions to it, and I decided, because I am me, like I said, I'm like 100%ing each and every volume, and these games were designed, when they first came out, when Volume 1 released, they were released like once a year.
Yeah.
Until the story was finished. But these games come with all kinds of collectible crap to try and keep you busy for that year until the next one dropped. Like literally, some of the bonus crap or like unlockables and stuff come from like literally having every item in the game. There's like a quest that's like meeting or like talking to every person or NPC in the game. There's 171 people that you have to track down.
Oh, Jesus.
I know this because I did it.
It's like in Rogue Galaxy. I still have that, and I'm still playing it. Surprise! There's a surprise, right? In PlayStation 2 days, I don't know if you guys remember this, that they didn't have the platinum trophies, the trophies in PlayStation 2. It was just, oh, you finished the game, congratulations, Kalu Kalay, you finished the game, now you can play, type of thing. And I looked at the trophies, and one of them was hunt down all the bounty monsters. And for those that don't know, in that game, you're a bounty hunter.
Mm-hmm.
And you don't hunt down people, you hunt down monsters. And to hunt down monsters, you need items, and you need to drop them in a specific order. And it's a really interesting mechanic, I should say, to summon them. And in the first time I played the game, I didn't hunt down all the monsters. There's one monster I couldn't beat. So now my thing is, okay, I know how to summon it. I know what I need. I have what I need. I'm just not strong enough yet. I need to kill this thing to get this platinum trophy, because if the only games I had platinum are Rogue Galaxy and the Destinies, then I'm good with life.
Yeah.
But then again, I remember when you play a game for so long, your hands get used to the control scheme of one game, so you have to kind of, for lack of a better term, eat shit at a game for, I don't know, a couple hours to get. But I was eating shit to like trash mobs because I forgot, like, oh, I have to hold a button to activate his special move and whatnot. But I've been playing that, so that's fun.
Yeah.
I've been playing The Witcher, and that was like $20 a couple weeks ago on PSN.
Oh yeah.
And that has been taking my attention away from Destiny because I never played it before.
Horizon's like around that price right now, isn't it?
Yeah, Horizon.
Like Horizon Zero Dawn?
I think yesterday was $20, and then like it's $15 for the expansion pack, which is awesome. I think.
Yeah.
I haven't played the new DLC yet, but that game for $20 is like a steal.
Yeah, I'm just skeptical on like getting, because my attention breaks from open world games so easily.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. When you see a giant robot T-Rex that has like laser saw blades shooting out of its face, you'll think otherwise.
Well, I mean, the beginning of open world games are never like the problem with me. It's the fact that there's a lot of, kind of like the Infamous series, that it just evolves into basically doing like the same thing over and 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 over again. So it's like, but the only thing that like kept me, because I played Shadow of Mordor, which that didn't have that effect on me, because for some reason, well, I mean that and like when you start off in Shadow of Mordor, like combat is hard as crap.
Yeah,
like, I was like things were it was tough to get around, but then as you're unlocking crap and unlocking extra stuff, combat actually becomes a breeze. So I think that like difficulty range helps, but even then, the only reason I played Shadow of Mordor is because it was free. So
yeah.
Or not free, it was like super cheap. I think it was like $15-10. So yeah, anyway, either way.
So
games like that. But either way, Buster, I do get your pain on like these old games that now have trophies.
yeah.
Because yeah, Dot Hack they added trophies and they added trophies to completions. Like I said, the reason why I tracked down 171 people, that was a quest I never did in the original game because it was a pain. But now all of a sudden I'm seeing trophies pop for all these side quest completions, and it's like, oh no.
Yeah.
Oh,
Have you guys signed up for the Sony Rewards program?
I have not.
No, not yet.
I don't.
Okay.
I don't buy
They
it.
recently added like the ability to earn money through your trophies. It's not like you earn PlayStation credit or Sony credit
Yeah.
for getting trophies and stuff. It's like such a minuscule amount though. Like the bronzes don't count at all. Silver,
Yeah.
gold, and plats do. And for every 10 platinums that you earn after you sign up, it's like $10 off in the PSN store or something like that. Yeah.
That's Jip.
Yeah, but it's
Yeah.
Give us our past trophies.
Oh yeah, for sure. Give us past trophies and watch everybody like, oh, I have 756 bright Ingrams to open for you guys. I hope you like this video. Thanks Sony. Which I mean, it's crazy, but to bring this runaway train that is the RNG cast back briefly onto the rails before it comes off the rails inevitably again, because that's what we do. So the stochastic variable.
Yeah. Like I said, I've heard that one. I've heard that's pretty good. I am noticing though. Also looking around, like the previous weapons are still in the pool, so that was something I didn't expect. Like personally, I was kind of expecting them to be gone. But let me see. And of course, I believe, the I'm still hoping Future War Cult wins because of the fusion rifle, because that is pretty tasty. Guiding Star is a 720 RPM auto rifle from Dead Orbit. Not so bueno. IMO.
It's
Contingency
weird.
plan. Yeah, contingency plan might be worth like a looky-loo. Because Vice Scout rifles are like the fastest TTKs for Scout rifles, as long as you're hitting your headshots. But auto loading holster and independent mag reactor has. So I mean, it doesn't have a bad perk list either. So that might be like the one weapon I would suggest. Like if you have to go Dead Orbit for a little bit and get that weapon for like one character,
Yeah.
because good Lord knows. I don't want the grenade launcher.
I'm just gonna say it right now. I swear to God, if the Orbit wins, I'm gonna do something drastic. That grenade launcher is. If 2 dumpster fire of a weapons win, I'm gonna fucking lose my mind. Up in here, up in here.
So what Bungie has inadvertently done with the faction rally, and now the bug that allows you to just like keep.
Oh, we were
going
gonna cover that in a minute, Dan.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
No, it's fine.
Sorry for jumping ahead.
No, it's good.
What they've inadvertently done is allowed people to troll farm. Which I have a feeling if it's in the next one, just people are going to flip out, because there's going to be, no matter what gun, no matter what weapon pops up, people are going to still go really hard for Dead Orbit and just be like, enjoy your grenade launcher, you noobs. Like, I think it's one of those things where guns are not the enticement factor right now. It's the faction winning overall.
I can see that happening, because there is the salt miner contingency of the Destiny community, not counting the fantastic members that are always positive and great, i.e. Blessius and a couple other individuals, which of course everybody has to call me right fucking now. Hold on, we're gonna pause this. It's my girlfriend's mom. Okay, so that was my girlfriend's mom, as you guys probably heard, and we had the pause. So my girlfriend went to a concert yesterday, And as one does at concert, I'm assuming she was having a good time, being boisterous and loud. So she texts her mom, "Hey, mom, I can't talk. Can you, just text me if you need, I guess she was planning to do something earlier today." And her mom called. So I go in to bring the phone to her. And she rolls over in the hoarsest voice I've ever heard. "What the fuck does she want? I can't talk." So there I was playing intermediary and going, I don't know what you want me to do. She can't talk. I'm sorry. So that's what you guys just missed. The guiding star or whatever it is for the dead orbit isn't that great. It's kind of like holding on to an angry chimpanzee, I think, would be the best way to control that, to describe that recoil pattern. I did get the contingency plan and the kinetic sub. I did all that in 3 packages, so fuck you, Dead Orbit. I'm not going to support you guys at all. I'm not a part of the problem. You are. I did get the stochastic variable. I did not get the pulse rifle. That's the one thing I'm kind of looking forward to. Still haven't gotten the mark for New Monarchy for the Titan, which is what I am doing this week.
Right now?
Yeah. Yeah, actually. I will get that mark. I will grind until I get that mark. But, so, Des, go ahead, continue with your numbers talk. I'm sorry. Des?
That doesn't live here anymore.
Sorry, that was my bad. Yeah. There is no Des, only Zool. Anyway, but I noticed hand cannon from New Monarchy, older sister, is it? Nothing too incredible. So I mean, yeah, not a lot from New Monarchy other than that, ever loving, hopefully goal of the sword, because sword. That sword does look pretty good, though.
Yeah, it does look good. I'd be okay if I'm going to say this, and I hope you guys can forgive me. Any New Monarchs, I guess would be the team, our team name. If we were a team, I'm okay if Future War Cult wins because I like that fusion rifle. I'm okay with it. I'm okay with it if it wins. I would like New Monarchy to win. I would like to see the red and white hanging proudly on the banner, and not the 3,762 colors of Future War Cult. But if it does win, I won't be mad.
I pledged all 4 characters that I have to Future War Cult now. Mainly because I split my focus the last time, and what happened? Dead Orbit won. Mm-hmm. Don't want that again.
No, I don't want that to happen as well.
Yeah, my eyeliner started streaking from all the tears.
Listening to Marilyn Manson, "Sweet Dreams."
Yeah, man. Yeah, that and The Cure, and I just couldn't. I just can't do it, guys. Not right now.
If it was a better weapon, I'd be okay, but it's not.
If it was a better time in my life, I'd be okay with it. But look, to me, Future War Cult is more like, let's see here. What hip hop artist would you attribute to Future War Cult, possibly?
Oh man, I mean, the easy joke is Future.
Yes.
But I mean, I have more respect for a Future War Cult than that. Listen, this is going to be just remember hip hop and rap. That's going to be another story. But
yeah,
another topic, I should say, for this episode. Future War Cult. I'm going to do a deep cut here. Maybe Hobson.
Okay.
Maybe Hobson, because, really new and interesting and always talking, always being about different time, the way he can change up. That might be a deep cut for some people. I'm sure Des, because the one time we talked about hip hop, Des was like, I listen to trap, and I'm like, oh god, this is amazing. Yeah, who would you say? Just
I would say more Del the Funky Homo Sapien, or maybe Aesop Rock.
okay.
I think would probably be more. Some of your like more indie guys, something with a little bit more flow, a little bit more bounce to it, something a little bit more personal.
Okay.
But yeah, man, I don't know. Like Future War Cult to me feels like the hip hop variant of each of these guys.
But
Like you got the Cure with the with Dead Orbit, and then New Monarchy. Man, I think New Monarchy is just straight up butt rock. I don't know, like real Nickelback-y to me.
I take all the offense to that.
You know, say what you will of Nickelback, but there was a point in time.
Everybody listen to Nickelback. Listen, if you wait, Nickelback. That's Hero, right? Is that one that they did for?
Oh, the song they did with Saliva?
Yeah.
Another
Yeah, you want to talk? We could go back in time, or as Chris Hardwick
for the Spider-Man 2
That's
soundtrack.
it. We all sung it. Don't lie. We all were like, "And a hero can save us." We all sung it. We all knew the words to that. I just said
man.
I just said the first 2 lines of a song, and now it's in your head. Don't lie. Don't lie.
I'm trying to drown it out with Foo Fighters' Hero.
That's fine too. I'm
Yeah.
okay with that. I mean, you could have said it was Jethro Tull. I'd have accepted that. A badass flute player? Come on now. But you said, and I quote, butt rock, which is a genre of music I've never heard.
Yeah, dude, that's Nickelback. That's your Theory of a Dead Man. That's your Salivas.
But you're Stained.
That's your Stained. Yeah, I would say they qualify as butt rock.
I thought this topic was going to be what hip hop artists are all of the factions, but that's fine too.
Oh no, they're all different genres. Clearly.
Yeah, clearly. I think I was gonna name this episode as the nickname "The Faction Rally Gently Weeps" because of the cheese everybody found, being that it's in the weep. But it might be butt rock.
New Monarchy butt rock.
New Monarchy butt rock. It might be what it is, and then for me and then afterwards ... because I support New Monarchy. But the fact that when I felt so bad because I did, a handful of the public events to get done, the Dead Orbit portion of my journey, and I was like, okay, cool, I got enough. I'm not gonna do more than this. I set my limit. I'm like, I'm not gonna give them any more than 60 tokens. Because fuck those guys is how I look at it. I popped it and the guiding star came up and I was like, check 1. I popped it and then the contingency plan came up and I'm like, check 2. And then I was like, what's the odds? And I popped it and it was the fucking the sub. And I'm like, well, that concludes my portion of the Dead Orbit. Threw the shit down and went to my hunter to do Future War Cult because I wanted all the weapons. I'm not gonna lie, I wanted all the weapons just to give them a try. But the sarcastic variable is fun. But you mentioned the cheese, Dan.
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy,
Which,
oh boy.
Boy, can I talk about that because I'm doing it.
As we
Right
speak
now.
right now.
Right now, I looked up a thing.
It's ridiculous.
It was just, I just looked up a thing, and it's like within the first time, I'm doing it.
I'm doing it, Dad. I'm doing it.
I mean, it's like just in the time, like basically to clear out the lost sector, which I didn't have a super, so that guy seemed a little buff, a little bulky. I mean, that captain was taking his Wheaties. But within the time that we were talking about New Monarchy butt rock, I've
God damn it. That's gonna stick. God damn it.
I now have 12 tokens.
Yeah.
And I'm at the point now where I'm just running back and forth.
Yeah. I've heard people talk about like doing it for 2 hours and getting like 1,000.
I
So
wouldn't doubt it.
it's a real issue.
Because literally the longest that you're taking
30 seconds.
is clearing. No, it's clearing out the lost sector when you first get it.
Oh, yeah.
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 Other than that, you're just it's old school. Destiny 1 chess cheese is what this is. Because you're zoning, you're like, or at least what I saw is like you're zoning into the back into the winding cove, and then you go, which is before you
the
see
door.
a lot of these lost sectors don't really work like this because their exits like drop down into like the main like chamber of the lost sector or whatever. But this exit ends in the zone that's next to the lost sector, which is why this works. So you can just turn around, go back. The door that's supposed to be closed just opens for you when you go back. So there's nothing stopping you from dropping down and getting the chest again. So I guess technically you did kill the boss.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's why it works in this area. And another mini update, and I have 21. I mean, come on.
Another mini update. The only other
Just
time
throughout the show,
just
you're gonna get these mini updates.
that'll be the running bit of this episode. How many tokens can Des get in this episode?
And there's
While
another
also
dude.
mentioning Butt Rock Nerd.
Jesus.
There's another person that was standing there.
Yeah, oh yeah, you're gonna see tons of people just spawning in and out. That's just what's gonna happen.
I mean, this is ridiculous. I mean, I'm kind of glad because this means I can like do my normal, quote unquote. I mean, I do not. Okay, Raven's views and opinions do not reflect the RNG cast, but I'm going to use the crap out of this so I can go back to .HadgerU. Legit, I'm not afraid to say I will cheese out this faction round, like get all my packages, and just go back.
Because there isn't another lost sector like that.
No.
I don't think so.
There isn't. I've been looking.
I was like I said, especially not one where the exit is actually in the
lost sector.
Well, the exit itself is out of the lost sector. So
Yeah.
I mean, this. I mean, this is kind of because this wasn't the area that the first cheese was in, right?
No.
Or was it? No.
No. But the fun thing is, the good thing is, it is our favorite lost sector. So it doesn't. It
is like the entrance. Like, thankfully, because that's what I thought. Okay, so for all you people of the revolution, if the rally's still going, it is super super easy. You load into the EDZ because I'm going to spread this one because, like I said, I'm going to use it. So screw it. You land into the Winding Cove, and you go to the Lost Sector. It's basically a hole in the ground, literally. Because you go directly north of that.
Just jump in the rock.
Yeah, exactly. Which is exactly how I described it to Buster the first time. Jump in the rock. Like, what? But yeah, so you go directly north of the fast travel. You jump in the hole in the ground. You jump in the rocks. You go through. You finish it, and the exit to it, like, you have to jump up to this ridge to go through these doors that open once you kill the boss. And then you do a little parkour through these ridges. And after that, you just run forward until you notice the zone change to the Winding Cove. And then you just turn around, run back, go back down into the thing, and the doors reopen for you, and you can re-loot the chest.
The marker is the yellow barrel. It's a yellow barrel. If you look on the left-hand side, that's how far you have to go.
So, yeah,
I'm not saying I've done this cheese, but I'm just saying I like cheese. Okay. I'm not.
How much do you like cheese?
Okay, so the yellow barrel. Okay, that's a little shorter than. Yeah, you can shave off a few seconds by going by the yellow barrel.
Well, I mean, for efficiency's sake, I'm just.
Oh yeah. I'm all for it. It's just.
It's ridiculous.
I don't mind visual markers. But yeah, this is literally ridiculous because I mean it is, like I said, this reminds me of the old chest what you call it from D1, like Rocket Yard. I can't remember why we did that.
The wolves, the Rogan wolves. Remember when they used to land and
The chests.
and used to
The chests.
yeah, and they drop
yeah.
it, yeah, that.
Okay.
Now the question I have: has anybody tested? Because both Raven and I are now currently doing this cheese. Probably Dan too. Does it work?
Unapologetically.
Does it work in fire teams?
Probably.
I don't know if it does or not. I want to say no.
Now, Raven,
Because
for science, what say we do this live on air and see what happens?
last night they Tefty said that like part of last night on the podcast we had Tefty Teft, and he was saying that like part of it now was like you see the other person spawn into the zone and see who's going to get there first, like that kind of feeling. So I don't know if you can do it in fire team or.
I mean, legitimately, there's no benefit to doing it in a fire team except for one person can be lazy and not do anything.
Yeah.
Well, my thinking is, remember how I said it drops 3 tokens per fire team member? What if the cheese is if there's 2 people in there, we do the cheese and they drop 6?
No, they're not going to drop 6.
How do we know this?
Because it's Bungie. I mean, it technically is going to. Yeah, it technically is going to drop 6 because it's going to drop 3 per person, but it's not going to drop 6 per person.
I mean, we don't know this. Science. I'm just saying.
It's Bungie. Trust me. Their wording and everything. Yeah, it's 3 per person. They're not gonna be. No.
They're not going to be that awesome.
No.
Because there will be guys with 3 people just, all right, you 2 stand here. I'm going to run. All right, pop the chest. All right, let's go.
I mean, come on. And like I said, people call like crap like this the Destiny grind. This isn't a grind. Look, I'm playing a game. I'm playing a series of games. It took me 40 hours to 100% a third of this game, or I'm sorry, a quarter of this game series. Mm-hmm. That's a grind. But good God, do I love that game. Like the world and everything. I could talk like Dot Hack and like...
I don't think I've ever played Dot Hack. I'm not going to lie.
Well, I mean, if anyone out there is familiar with like Sword Art Online...
Yeah.
Dot Hack came before it. But it's basically the same ideas, sort of. And the first animated series that I watched, which I watched on Toonami back in the day, not to date myself or anything, but holy crap... but it was about this player character that, like I said, it was based on in an MMO game, and there was these people encountering this player character, but this player character never logged out, like ever. Yeah. And then come to find out, this player character couldn't lock out. They were stuck inside the game. Like their real life body was actually in a coma in the real world, and their mind is trapped in this MMO. So now, these people are trying to help this player character. Ah. So that's what the first series was about. And then they unlock, like, you find out, like, the deeper meaning behind it all and crap, and the overarching why this character, this kid, is trapped in the game. And then there came the first set of PS2 games, which is a 4-part miniseries, essentially. And then came another anime series based on the PS2 games, sort of, loosely.
Kind of.
Yeah, it was kind of like similar characters and kind of a sequel to the games. And then came Dot Hack GU, which not only was its game series, but also an anime series where you're... Like I said, the funniest way I describe Dot Hack is the fact that whatever character you're looking at on the screen is not the character you're controlling, because you're controlling the character that's controlling the character.
You are the puppet master!
I mean, essentially, because the character on the screen is who the character is,
go drink some tea or something.
Controlling, and you're controlling that character that's controlling the character.
Okay.
So you're not actually playing the character in the MMO. You're playing the character that's playing the MMO.
You're screaming right now, aren't you?
So that's one reason
Okay.
I've always loved like the series of games, because there's so much so self-aware, and like all of the game isn't even in the MMO. Like you occasionally have to log out, you have to check your email, you have to check forum posts, reply to certain things certain ways, like to get people's affections up and like make friends and crap. And
oh, somebody's got a girlfriend in the video game.
sadly not, because Haseo is an idiot for the first 2 volumes.
Also, correction. I'm sorry. It's not a yellow barrel. It's a yellow crate.
Gotcha.
As I say this now, I've just got 15 tokens.
So,
Up to
about
78.
this, like, what, I don't know. I feel like this is just an easy way to, like, really rig the game for one person, one group.
100%.
Oh yeah,
And,
sure.
yeah, I don't know. I feel like the first 2 should be illegitimate. They should have asterisks next to their names. In the grand book of
It should be the Barry
Destiny.
Bonds of Faction Rally. Is that what you're trying to say?
exactly. They got a big head because of steroids.
Well, I mean, it's in a way. I can see why people are like, "Come on, this is ridiculous." But like, I'm also saying it's not fun. Like,
Yeah.
I'm not
Yeah.
having a good time right now playing. Like, I'm actually hoping when I come around the corner and into the Winding Cove, I see a public event, because those are way more fun to get the tokens than this.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, this is efficient as shit, though. I'm not gonna
Oh,
lie.
yeah.
I mean, I usually don't get into the whole cheese thing, but it's just, this is ridiculous.
Well, I did Loot Cave back in the day.
Well,
but that's because-
everybody did Loot Cave. You can't
Well,
judge
I mean-
us for Loot Cave.
That's because like my friends were doing Loot Cave, but I see this as Loot Cave. Like I didn't have fun doing Loot Cave. Like if it wasn't for like just screwing around with my friends, I would not have done Loot Cave like nearly as long. I would have lasted there for like probably 5 minutes, maybe like a couple waves, and been like, yeah, this is cool and all, but I'm done.
This is neat. I'm okay, though.
I'd rather ram my head against the wall of PvP than do this right now. Because I wasn't wasn't even that interested in PvP when Loot Cave was out. But anyway,
But by the way, that dot hack sounds a lot like the anime Overlord. I don't know if you've seen
I've heard of it.
It's basically like an MMO. Think Warcraft, World of Warcraft, and a guy. One of the player characters is like a guild master, and he's a super all powerful lich. Is his player character, and they shut down the servers, but he is logged in, and he watches the world, go offline, and he's like, "Why am I still here?" And then basically what happens is all of the NPCs become sentient in the game, and he's the head, basically the big bad, and all the good the NPCs are coming after him, and he's like, "Do you understand what this is?" To quote Rick from Rick and Morty, "If you touch me, you're gonna die, son, and there is no afterlife. It just goes dark." And that's just what it sounded like to me, and I'm like,
I'm Pickle Rick!
That sounds kind of cool. By the way, I love that show. I finished it
yeah.
finally.
And like like I said, Dot Hack I think predated a lot of them. Like I think literally the only thing that like really touched on like online stuff before Dot Hack was Digimon.
Digimon.
But then I think Dot Hack kind of like started this genre of people getting trapped in MMOs.
Yeah.
Which is basically like a gamer's like worst fear, essentially. Because even though just imagine.
Or best life.
Just imagine like all the crap you face in Destiny, and all of a sudden it's all real.
Yeah.
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 Like, yeah. All of a sudden everything is real, and like you're trapped there, like, and that it's not supposed to be real, and you're trapped there.
Yeah.
Or you may not know. Who knows?
Well, good news. As long as my ghost doesn't die, I can come back.
But But yeah, which I suggest it to anyone. It is on PSN. It looks dated. Like the first three, or at least the first two for sure look dated. Like even though it's 1080
Yeah.
and 60, it looks dated. Like they did HD a lot of the stuff, and it doesn't look as awful as a PS2 game, but it's still a PS2 game, guys. But it's like $49.99 for 4 games essentially.
That's not bad.
So I mean, it's not a bad deal. And like I said, if you're a completionist, you're looking at like 40 to 50 hours a game. The only thing I don't like about this last recode is the fact that they made it easier. But I see why they did it, because these were games that came out, like I said, once a year.
Yeah.
And like originally I had like 50 or 60 hours in Volume 1 just from like having to grind up and like to be able to face bosses, but they toned down the difficulty so effectively that there's not really any need for a grind. So you don't have to like break off the story and like grind levels. And if you just want to explore the story, they added what they call cheat mode.
Oh god.
Which puts you at max level with like the best equipment in the game. So you can just
oh my god.
so you don't have to worry about
Mobs killing you.
exactly. You just go through the mobs, you go through the crap, and you experience the story for what it is.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's a cool thing. I'm definitely not playing through that, but
Yeah.
but yeah, like I said, I kind of don't like the easier difficulty because I remember the final boss of Volume 1 taking me. I remember that being painful. Let's just say that.
Yeah.
It took me days, but it was extraordinarily painful. And then I did it like first try this time, and it's like, that's a little. It was a little, anticlimactic for me, but at the same time, I'm still just enjoying the story. But yeah, it's a great series of games. Like you're definitely getting your freaking money's worth out of. I mean, $50. Essentially 40 hours times 4 at the minimum I'm probably going to be playing.
Yeah.
So that's 120 hours.
That's what it sounds
Which,
like.
It's not bad. Good God.
No.
So what do you guys think of the Clarion Call event that's coming up in Destiny 2?
It's an interesting idea, like for sure. I mean, it's pretty much everyone's, double XP, please, for the love of God, log in again, type thing.
Yeah.
Except I don't... I'm curious on why Destiny is doing it now. Because, the devs and everything are always the type that, you can just come back and play whenever. We're going to be here, and we're going to have stuff coming out, so just come back whenever. So, I mean, it's really weird for them to have this type of, thing.
So, I'm thinking that, with this, I think this might be the developer's way of mitigating the microtransactions, though. You know what I mean?
Oh, that's true.
Since stuff is only good for a season.
Yeah. I see what you're saying.
I see what you're saying. You go in with a buddy, you do the double XP. You go in with a clan buddy this time around. You get the double XP. Maybe you get a ship that you've been wanting for 3 months.
Yeah.
And
that way it doesn't go away and you're not mad.
Yeah, and that way also you don't have to spend money necessarily in order to get that ship.
Yeah.
You can if you want to, but it's not necessary.
Yeah, I can definitely see it from that perspective, and I understand. I can...
Not much longer.
Yeah, that's probably more like what they're going for. Just like a last-ditch effort at bright engram crap for those that don't want to pay for it.
Exactly.
I can actually see that as a lot more viable than... Because like I said, I've been trying to figure out, why is Destiny doing,
What is it, in essence,
like
double XP?
Yeah, the Call of Duty, for the love of God, still please keep playing this game type deal.
Yeah.
I mean, same publisher, so I was just attributing it to Activision and sweeping it under the rug. But yeah, I can see that being the main reason. It's yeah, sure, we'll do that.
Yeah.
Because I mean, because I love the way bright engrams are set up. I do, because I mean, if you want more without paying, just play more. I mean,
yeah,
it's
Yeah,
I mean, then they even give you the well-rested buff that your first 3 levels are like super easier. So I mean, they're about like making sure like the normal player that's not gonna want to fork out a crap ton of money
Yeah.
is capable of at least feeling like they can get crap.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's probably definitely like where that's coming from, and in which case I am like all the more behind it.
See, I hope this brings the guys that I'm in a clan with back, because I mean I've been like the Lone Ranger,
Yeah.
you know, grinding the 5,000 XP. I mean, I got us to rank 4, and there's only we literally have have a raid team as a clan.
Yeah.
Yes, yeah.
You know, that's just how we choose to do it, I guess. How they
Yeah.
want to do it, and I'm like, you know, that's fine. Could you guys at least come on and do your 5,000 XP for your characters? Because I mean,
Yeah.
that would be a help. Because I do want to get rank 6. Because rank 6, you drop more engrams, and more engrams mean I get that dopamine drip that is Destiny.
Yeah.
Oh, look, you got some gear. Hopefully, I can get somebody to come on and run the clarion call with me. I like the idea because you know, I'm one of those I have to have shaders on everything kind of guy. If I get a gun, I'll drop a shader on it, even if it's a green shader. Just it gets
green.
It does. It gets rid of all the shitty green shaders, because if it's like a weapon I'll never use, which I'm like, oh yeah, Des told me this weapon is garbage, I'm gonna throw a green shader on it. That's how I know.
That's your way of mass deleting them.
If it's ugly, yeah, because you don't get anything for deleting shaders. Like blues, you get money. You know, you get glimmer for blues, and purple you get bright dust. But greens you don't get shit. So I'll just throw a green shader on a gun I think is ugly, and just, you know, or that I played with, and like, nah, it's just not my thing. This is terrible. Nope. Okay, moving on, type of thing. That's my way of deleting shaders.
That's awesome.
That's
great, man.
The bust your knuckle method. If they gave it to you, use it, type of deal. But yeah, I mean, the clarion call sounds cool. Hopefully it brings back some of the player base, because you know, if you read Twitter or on social media, people still play this game. Yeah, didn't you say that before? I mean, everybody said that.
Yeah.
You know, and then when Curse of Osiris comes out, everybody's gonna be like, "This is the greatest game in the world, best update ever. Thanks, Bungie."
Yeah.
And then you know, being called.
And then content drought. My God, Bungie, what are you doing? Fix your gay God.
Yeah, the community has constantly gone in that wave, but like,
Right.
so I don't know. I feel like, so we've had this game for a while now, right?
Mhm.
And we've done a lot of the things in it.
Yeah.
I was kind of hoping that they'd have more like integration with the clans. Like, I don't know. I feel like there's some missed opportunity. Like maybe like some friendly competition between clans. You could see like who's ranked up the fastest, or whose clan has like the most raid completions, things like that. Like, I feel like they could integrate those things, because one of the, I think not the last time, but the time before last that I was on here, I was like, yeah, you know, my clan, when I was in Dad's Destiny, we would run the Destiny Clan Wars, and it was, you were in a competition with every other clan that signed up for that, and as you got, like, it was basically just bragging rights, but you had to complete certain things in order to do that. And so, in order to rank up on the leaderboard. And I feel like maybe that should have been in the game. Maybe if they add like leaderboards to PvP, they should also do that for PvE and the clan system. But
It'll probably come, because I mean, look at what they did with strike scoring. I mean,
yeah, that's true.
So I mean, that's probably because there's a lot of features and crap. I mean, a lot of people are downing it because, you know, a lot of things did get cut. But I mean, like I've said before, I mean, I hold no like judgment or whatever, because I mean, I don't know what has been on, like how much, because if you listen to every article, I mean, Bungie literally had no time to really develop the sequel, much like they did the first. So, I mean, of course it makes sense on why there's things that aren't there or are missing, and that they're still having to scramble to talk about.
Well, and that they developed it side by side.
Yeah.
They didn't have the entire team necessarily.
Yeah, exactly. So, I mean, but yeah, so like I said, I don't know, like, the entire story behind everything, so I don't, like, rush to conclusions. But at the same time, they still have a crap ton of ideas that they can fall back on that they know work.
Yeah.
I mean, good lord, strike scoring? Oh, good lord, everybody was all over strikes for, like, a good hot 2 months.
Yeah.
I mean,
and it
wasn't too long.
It didn't give you
Exactly, it
goddamn
didn't
thing.
really give much. I mean, they hit the icebreaker behind it, so I mean, that's one thing, like, a few people, like, as soon as they got their icebreaker, they were done with it, but
right.
I mean, strike scoring and crap like that was fairly popular for a time. I mean, so I mean, they know how to get, like, attention up, and they just need the time to do it. Is what I'm hoping. Because again, I'm no kind of employed or in talks with anyone at Bungie. But if anyone at Bungie wants a friend, hi.
You want to? If anybody wants to offer me a job, I'll take it.
I mean that's cool too. But I mean, if you just want to talk, I mean, I swear I won't, like, divulge company secrets. You don't need to make me sign an NDA.
I'll gladly sign it.
Wink, wink.
I'll pinky promise. Pinky promise with the best of them. Also,
but
this cheese is so dumb.
Promise, son of a bitch.
It is.
This cheese is so dumb.
It is. I'm at 201.
Oh my god.
Is it still a 30 package limit?
It's 400 tokens total. I'm at 137.
Okay, like I said, I'm at 201, so yeah, as soon as I hit 400. Okay, 400?
Yeah, 400. 20 for a rank up, I think it's 30 cap. Until you start getting shaders, which I'm okay with getting a shit ton of new Monarchy shaders.
Yeah, 20 times 600.
600. Okay. Sorry, math was wrong.
Yeah, I leave my math to calculators because I suck at math.
I leave my math like I leave my science with religion. Anyways.
But yeah, this cheese is stupid. It's really dumb. It is. But we reached out and got a question. I reached out and said anybody for topic questions, and since they know Dan is a comic book reader and Des and I love to argue / debate on things, it was a who would win. Gear Dad asked who would win between the Incredible Hulk and Doomsday.
Hulk.
100%.
You think Hulk will win?
Of course Hulk would win.
People don't understand, like, people that get into the movies and stuff don't understand Hulk's power. The angrier Hulk gets, the stronger he becomes.
Mm-hmm.
He effectively has unlimited strength.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, come on, he's almost...
He's basically a generator. He's basically a nuclear reactor.
Yeah.
Because the gamma radiation that he has in his body, he naturally just puts that off, like, to the point where it's hurt people in his past. So, like, it's tied to his emotion. Sure, Doomsday killed Superman, but then again, so
Go ahead.
Or not, Doomsday killed Superman, but we've known canonically Superman pulls his punches. Because he doesn't like hurting things.
Exactly.
And B, Superman got better.
Yeah.
Sometimes you need to catch your ass whooping to get better. Let's just be
I
honest.
mean,
Just like, I died, but I'm better.
I mean, that and like Doomsday is like the antithesis of like a Kryptonian. I mean, that's what he was supposed to be. But the Hulk is like unlimited power, essentially.
No.
I mean, because I can't remember, but was he not capable of nearly lifting Mjolnir just because he was so angry?
He made it move. He didn't lift it.
Exactly.
He budged it, which is impressive because I don't think any.
You're not supposed to be able to move
The only
it
other
if you're
person
not
who could do
worried.
that was the only other person who could do that was Captain America, because Captain America
But
is like the scion of virtue, basically.
That's what I'm
and
saying,
Hulk
like-
just got mad and was like, "This is going to
Okay.
move."
Yeah, you see the fact that like in Avengers 2, Captain America only like moved it a little is bullcrap.
Yeah, he should be able to lift it.
I mean, Cap in the comics was one of the worthy ones that could lift Mjolnir if he needed to. I mean, come on.
Yeah. Well, so that brings up an interesting thing of unworthiness. And I'm not going to talk about the movie at all.
You better not, you piece of crap. I swear, if you spoil one thing, I'm like blocking you on
anything.
everything.
I'm not going to spoil anything. So this past week, after seeing Thor, I kind of wanted to live in that world again.
Yeah.
And so I read the Jason Aaron run called Unworthy Thor, in which, so back in an event, I can't remember the title of it for the life of me right now, but it's Thor became unworthy because Nick Fury went rogue. The original Nick Fury, who was an old man, turns out every Nick Fury prior to that was just a life model decoy of Nick Fury.
Welcome to Marvel.
So Nick Fury whispered into his ear a secret that automatically made Thor unworthy, and he dropped his hammer, and it was on the moon, and he's just been devastated ever since. Since that point, he's had his arm cut off by Malekith. He now has a Uru arm, so he looks like a badass. But in that story, the Collector is trying to get a Mjolnir from an alternate reality that has crash landed on what was once Asgard.
Mm-hmm.
He picks up Thor in space, and he's like, "Hey, so I can't pick this up, but you're going to get it for me." We all know that only Thors can do it, right? We all know that. I want this. This is mine, and you're mine until you pick it up for me. And he's like, "Well, it doesn't necessarily work that way." And the Collector basically says, "Shut up, nerd!" And the entire series is about what it means to be worthy.
Huh.
Beta Ray Bill shows up, offers Thor his hammer. Thor can't take it because he's like, I'm not worthy of this. And it all hinges on that thing. So it doesn't, just because Captain America in the movie, also Captain America in the franchise right now, can budge the sword, or budge Mjolnir, doesn't necessarily mean that he'll always be worthy of it.
That's true.
Because you can become.
I see what you're saying.
So I mean, Captain Hydra.
Yeah, well, yeah.
That's a different run entirely. Understand how comics work. Comics
Well,
give
it's
short bursts.
It's still in the continuity because Marvel.
Yeah,
Exactly.
Marvel.
DC,
I mean, it's
will
true.
make continuity
Like-
every once in a while.
One writer had a weird idea, and now it's Marvel
Exactly.
canon.
What was it? Lin Wein, who created Wolverine,
Yeah.
had a quote that he says, "Continuity ties your best writer to your worst writer."
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty true, actually.
I mean, especially in Marvel, because I mean, DC has it a little easy since they
They just reset everything.
exactly they reset everything. Like it becomes like an alternate reality.
They're
They get shunted off into the shelf.
This one happened over here.
Yeah,
in this universe,
Let's just say Earth
and Marvel.
number. That's how we handle things.
Well, so yeah, and Marvel kind of has the same issue, but they've done more to kind of bring that together. You know what I mean? Like than DC has. Like, no matter what it is, it's still in the continuity.
Yeah.
It doesn't change the fact, like, just because something's in a different universe, they just have their own continuity.
Yeah.
And it all comes together eventually.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know. I definitely Hulk would win because he's the only one of the two. Well, to add to his resume, he's the only one of the two that has actually taken on an entire world under his control.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Doomsday has like killed the entire world, so I mean,
He's killed the entire world, but I mean, like, Hulk is like,
yeah.
he not only has he conquered it, but he's made its people love him, and I feel like that being a leader is and having that much power is equal to killing the entire world.
I mean, that just like we said, it comes down to things like Hulk's power has very rarely been like essentially, in my opinion, I mean, I think Hulk would be a great fight against Superman because I mean, Superman might actually win, but Hulk will give him a run for his money.
Eh.
I mean, I'm not going to get into the nerd things, but because I mean,
Nerdage.
I used to watch Death Battles, and they put it best in the fact that it was Goku versus Superman, and like the internet hated them because for the two times they like put on that fight, they said Superman would win, which I agree. No, I agree because it came down between the philosophy of the writers and creators, basically.
Oh, okay.
It came down to the fact Goku was a man that had limits but would always overcome them.
Super
But
doesn't have one.
He doesn't have
deep
limits.
down to it, Superman is a man without limits.
Yeah.
So in a straight up fight, because of Goku's character, I mean, in one of the fights, they could have had Goku win because Superman was exposed to kryptonite at one point in time. But Goku's like pure heartedness is like, no, I want to fight him like full strength, so let's toss this away and let's get a fight going. Which I mean, that fits Goku's characters. So I mean, because of who Goku is, Goku would never win against Superman. And they broke down like the science of it and all, and this, that, and the other, like supporting, you know, how much Goku's body, like how much damage he could actually endure. They actually went through the calculations of exactly how fast Goku is and such, and even multiplied it by Super Saiyan like multipliers. So I mean, they're great watches, but I mean, it comes down to the fact that, like I said, Superman is kind of like Hulk, a man with like no limits.
Yeah.
So I mean, it would be I can't for sure like come down to who's going to win that kind of fight because Ermagerd.
You also have,
whatever planet they're on, they're screwed.
Yeah. You also have to remember though. I did watch Death Battles, and I actually had this battle, and they had Doomsday winning because Doomsday has the adaptive biogenesis ability. Like he can. Okay, I need this. I got this now. Like he grew claws with poison to fight Superman, and I'm like, you're kind of digging here because every time you beat Doomsday, he evolves and comes back better, is what they say, and I'm like, why I agree with you guys because Hulk also has that ability. Let's not forget when he got taken underwater and held underwater by Aquaman or the version, Aquaman.
Namor.
Right? Namor.
Namor.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
He just was like, oh, the pressure's not that bad, and I don't need to breathe anymore. Cool. I'm fight you underwater. And when they took him to space,
I'm just angry.
Yeah, they launched him into space, and his body adapted to zero gravity, and the crushing. You know, it's the same thing. He just adapts, and he has more fucking forms than Goku, and that says a lot.
Yeah, well, I mean, that's the thing because it's also a mix and match. Like I said, the Hulk that actually ruled a planet was like a combination of Hulk and Bruce Banner. Then there's like,
it was a smart
I think
Hulk.
they call him like the Professor. Like there's a Gray Hulk that
Mr. Fix-It.
Mr. Fix-It.
Yeah, so I mean, there's like 4 different Hulks that can come out of Hulk, which a lot of people forget because they don't come out that often.
Oh, you're also missing Claw, which is the version of Hulk when he gets sad.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. Jeez.
Yep,
He
that
gets
is
armored.
canon.
He gets armored.
That is canon.
Mm-hmm.
When he gets sad, he turns into Claw.
Which, I mean, I think it's hilarious that that's a... Or, I mean, not that, but it's a thing that Hulk has so many different, like, colors attributed to him. Because that was kind of like the murder mystery part of when they introduced Red Hulk. It's like, is this just Hulk again? It's like, no, that's a different Hulk.
That's a Hulk that uses a big gun.
So yes. Hulk has unlimited power.
Multiple personality disorder.
Yeah. Him and Bruce Banner.
Also, also was the Herald for Galactus. We can't
Yes.
forget that. He was blue.
Oh, so was Wolverine.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
Everybody's been
That was
taking a turn on the Galactus train.
No, I was
Yeah,
confusing.
you were thinking
I was thinking Apocalypse.
Yeah, he was war.
Because there were several. Yeah, there's several times.
Yeah.
He's been like war and death, and yeah, he's. I mean, understandably, because I mean, come on, he is the best at what he does, and what he does best isn't very nice.
Wait, was he war and death? I thought he was just war. I thought death was.
Oh no, he was death at one point in time for sure, but
So
there
Death
has
was
been
Gambit.
multiple.
But yeah, there's been many different. Yeah, pretty much. While I do agree with you, those guys do put out good arguments, and I like that death battles because they do like science in the beginning,
Exactly.
and then at the
Yeah, I
end
mean,
it's always like
it's
an
like-
8-bit battle, and you're like, oh, this is
Oh,
dope.
Yeah. The battle, the animations for the battles are hilarious. Like they did. Oh no, what was it?
Naruto
There was
versus Ichigo.
no. They okay. It's been a while since I've watched, but I know back in the day they did like Wolverine versus somebody. I'm one to say like Strider or somebody, but I can't remember.
Silver Samurai.
No, it wasn't Silver Samurai, but it came down to the fact that I can't remember who they put him up against, but they actually killed Wolverine. Like even with his adamantium skeleton,
Yeah.
which the argument made sense because the only thing that can effectively break adamantium would in the Marvel universe is vibranium.
Mm-hmm.
And that's because vibranium vibrates at a specific frequency to pretty much melt metal, which is why it's called anti-metal. Or anti-metal? Metal X? Something like that?
Yeah,
whatever.
something along those lines.
Which that's the Antarctic vibranium. Also, let's specify, because in the Marvel Universe, there's two different kinds of vibranium.
Yeah, not Wakandan, but Antarctic.
I don't care where you come from. Vibranium's vibranium.
If you get what I'm saying.
So anyway, this character actually had... Oh, no, it was Raiden from Metal Gear.
Yeah.
And but because Metal Gear's swords are designed also to basically cut on a frequency, very similarly to vibranium, they had him win. Because he would effectively be capable of cutting through Wolverine's skeleton. Which, that one was a bit of a stretch for me. Because, I mean, what frequency would you have to be vibrating? And while it is true that at least in Revengeance, they do use high-frequency blades. So, I mean... But at the same time, it's difficult to argue with them because they bring like as much science and as much like research as they can into a battle, and it's not just. That's what I like about the show. It's not just a popularity thing because trust me, the entire internet hated them for having lobotomized Goku.
Mm-hmm.
Like the part 2 of the battle between Goku and Superman. Like it was an update, and like Goku was about to transform into Super Saiyan Blue,
Yeah.
and then Superman just grabs him and lobotomizes him and goes, "You're not a problem anymore."
Yeah, I can see that.
I mean, it's like, so yeah, the entire internet not only hated him for having Superman win once, but he lobotomized Goku in the fight. So yeah, they were not very popular.
The one that got me into that series, since we're going to talk about death battles, and fuck it, we're RNG, we can do this. There's not really much more to talk about other than in Destiny 2, other than I finally got the last hope. Thank you, God. Thank you, Jalal, for giving me the last hope, because...
Thank you, Glob.
Yeah, pretty much. I saw what my buddy sent me. The first one he sent me, he was like, the world will argue over this for the end of the time. Like, okay, this is going to be a good one, and it was the Naruto Uzumaki versus Ichigo Kurosaki. For you anime nerds, that's the main characters of Bleach. Bleach and Naruto.
See, because my fun in watching these is I try and guess which one's going to win.
Yeah, and
just especially if I know,
because I'm biased.
All right, but I don't know for that one. I don't know because it's true. Like Ichigo's like the personification of an OP character, like in an RPG, because it's like just give me one of everything, and that's what Ichigo is.
Naruto.
But yeah, Naruto is. I mean, he has a key advantage because he has a nine-tailed fox inside of him, which has been feeding him ki. Like his family he's born from a family with a very high stamina, so his weakness would have been his chakra.
But he overcame
but
that.
The fox literally has been feeding him chakra his entire life, so it just happens to be like a match made in heaven. That's like, yeah, his family has a crap ton of stamina, so he has this beast sealed inside of him, giving him more chakra, and and then he gets chosen by like the god of ninjutsu. It's like, be my disciple, pretty much.
Well, he's the reincarnation.
I remember when I was.
I mean, but still, it's like, here, take this power to like heal anything, and like have this symbol on your hand, because why the crap not?
It really came down to, and this is what got me interested, because they must have watched the series like several times to get all the information they have, because they brought down like key scenes here.
Oh yeah.
Yes, where Ichigo did have a lot of powers, they never really melded together. Like he couldn't,
That's true.
He couldn't go his day guy form and put the hollow mask on.
Yeah.
And for his maximum ability, it's a one shot. If he misses, he's shit out of luck, because he went Mugetsu, and then he used Mugetsu form, and then he used the move Mugetsu, which is just a big Getsuga Tensho. Well, we can talk about that at a later time. How angry I am that he literally only had one attack, and the time he came back and he was super powered up, it was the same goddamn attack back to back, and he named it something different. You ignorant motherfucker. Moving on. But they broke it down to the fact that, well, every time Naruto had a power boost, he always seemed to be able to meld it together with his next power boost. Because he got Tail Beast mode, then he got Sage mode, and then he somehow melded Tail Beast Sage mode together. And then he got the Sage of Six Pass mode, and then he merged it with the Chakra Coke of the Kubi and made like a giant one. And then he got so good that he took his rival, I use air quotes, which is really his best friend Sasuke, and used, you have the same amount of power I do. Let's put our powers together and put the dopest armor on my Kubi with your Super Suzuno, which was awesome. But it came down to speed.
Mm-hmm.
Well, Ichigo was very fast. He was probably one of the fastest characters. He could move at like lightning speed, really, really fast. They broke down the fact that Naruto once, in his full power, dodged that moved at the speed of light.
Holy shit.
And that's what it came down to. And it was like the nice little 8-bit sprite mode. And then also one was Gaara versus Toph from Avatar. And I argued that at the time, because I don't think Gaara would have lost. They both had the same power. Yeah, but Toph has to concentrate. Gaara's power was subconscious.
I don't know. It probably depends on how because I know Toph made a reappearance in The Legend of Korra. So it might depend on how Toph has like evolved, like in that like time gap, essentially.
This could be a whole episode.
Oh my god!
I mean, essentially, because
who would win? Episode is coming up. Let's just fucking write it down right now. Let's just promise this. What do you think? This is what 77 New Monarchy butt rock. You want to say
New Monarchy butt rock?
You want to say 80 is the who would win episode? Des? You want to just do that?
Yeah, sure. Why not?
All right, cool.
Do it.
80 who?
Frickin' do it.
We gotta have a crazy guest. That's funny. That's great. We'll do that. It'll be an interesting episode. But do you guys have any other topics, anything to bring up? Any interesting tidbits?
Other than the fact that you guys. I don't have anything to bring up.
Oh, thanks, Dan. We love you too, buddy. How's it feel to be the champion? Most, I mean, Raven,
The Steve
he's
SNL. The Steve Martin.
yeah, I mean,
great, man.
I made reference that he is the Ric Flair of the RNG cast. He has been on more times than anyone else.
I know. They used to go to Duba. I mean, Duba, buddy. Come on.
Step it up, dude.
You're gonna let this like you're gonna let this scrub beat you? I mean, come on.
Yeah, be better than me.
uh
I don't know, man. Yeah, it's great,
so.
man. I feel good. It always turns the comic books and anime with us.
It does.
I know, right? Because I mean, what the crap?
Dan, real quick, you want to talk about Zer? I just remember Zer came. I don't know.
Yeah, I haven't even looked at Zer.
You want to talk about?
So I don't even know what he has because I have not looked at him. Because update, I now have 384 tokens.
Oh my god!
Jesus.
So I mean, yeah. So those listening, like all the way through the end, however long this podcast ends, because I came in a little late, so I don't know exactly. It's like about like an hour-ish, and I have like over halfway enough to just turn them all in and say screw it.
Oh, so broken.
Which I may actually do for Future Workhold, just do this. Like, put in my penance for Future Workhold and then just, screw it.
So they win.
Because I'm not...
Well, hold on. So, let me check here, because Charlemagne has... Like, do you guys follow Charlemagne or have him in your Discord?
Charlemagne the God from The Breakfast Club? Yes.
No, Charlemagne the...
Sorry.
Charlemagne the bot in your Discord.
Oh,
it's
no.
pretty neat. I would... Let's see here. I would suggest following him because it is pretty cool. Also, look it over. It's a pretty cool bot. He's been posting who's been winning the faction rally so far. To 12 hours ago, Charlemagne's faction rally totals for New Monarchy were 266,595.
Okay.
Future War Cult.
I'm not liking the fact that you're using Dead Orbit last.
Future War Cult, 211,631. So down by 55. We could do this! And Dead Orbit. Okay. You might want to mute the call. Just so you don't get too angry.
Oh, God. Fuck you guys.
Alright. 173,490.
New Monarchy has a way to go.
Yeah.
Which, I mean, that's because...
Well, New Monarchy is the one to beat right now. Like, that's where it stands.
Yeah.
And so... But with that...
I might do this on my Titan as well, then.
Yeah.
Because I am trying to at least get the armor on my Titan, because, oh my god, that armor looks amazing.
It does look amazing.
For
I mean...
Monarchy? Yes, it
Yeah.
does.
But, I mean, I have a patchwork together because I was able to get the chest and the arms in the last faction rally.
Mm-hmm.
So I took the Crucible head and legs and put the New Monarchy shader on them, and it actually matches pretty well.
Yeah, the New Monarchy shader makes everything go well with the New Monarchy gear.
Yeah. So, I mean, there's that, but I will, like I said, I'll probably, like, run my Titan and just say, like, just pledge my Warlock, but I'm not buying that grenade launcher. Actually, I might just to get the stats off of it, but I'm not keeping that grenade launcher. Like, no. Like, if that happens again...
Also, guys, Zer has... so we can real quick cover Zer, because I guess people like when we talk about weapons. He has the Prospector, the Foe Tracer...
That's kind of fun.
An Insurmountable Skull Fort, and the Eye of Another World. So, once again, Zer, what have you done for me lately?
I mean, you say that now, but...
Yeah, and then when they drop new exotics, I'm like, yeah, Zer! The Prospector is kind of interesting, though.
It's fun. I actually used it once to see how it is, and it's pretty fun just seeing like all those grenades bounce around, and then just you can kill yourself pretty easily.
You can. You can. You
I
can
mean,
kill
it's
yourself quite quickly.
That's the takeaway, kids.
yeah. It's I mean, you don't think, but it's like, oh, grenades, boom, oh,
I'm dead.
oops. So I mean, it's a pretty fun gun. I'll give the prospect of that. Like, it's a grenade launcher, yeah, but at least unlike the Fighting Lion, it has like really fun like set of perks, and the fact that it's full auto, so you hold down the trigger, and it just keeps launching grenade and grenade and grenade until you empty the freaking magazine. And then you let go of the trigger, and they all explode. Which, like I said, watch your positioning there.
And,
Yeah.
and compared to the Fighting Lion, it's light years ahead.
Oh yeah, I mean, just the fact that it's not a single loaded grenade launcher. Yeah, and I did stress magazine because I did forget that I did get a thing on Twitter. A fan did beg me to stop saying clip, and I do apologize for that because I am a person like I give that person props because I can't remember who it was. Crap, I'm so sorry. But I give you props because I am a stickler for vernacular myself, because hearing people say DPS the boss murders me a little inside every time. I mean, it's you're not DPS, you're not damage per seconding the boss. That makes no sense. I mean, you're dealing damage to the boss. Yes. Yeah. It's a damage phase. Yes.
Or
it's
also get him. Get him works too.
By the way, DPS phase. It's not DPSing the boss. I mean, but I mean, I can understand, and I will do my best to stop saying clip, because I do know the difference between a clip and a magazine. I have heard that before. It's just, society gets me so used to saying clip, but I will do my best to refer to it as mag or magazine, because I do know that is the proper vernacular and terminology. And I do apologize. It has taken me this long because I haven't had a need to say magazine, so sorry. But yeah, I'll do my best on that, because, like I said, I understand people that get picky about vernacular, because I am. So I can't be snarky. I can't be, that douchebag. I can't do that. I'll honestly, legitimately try my best on that.
And another thing that I will try, I will make sure that I fix that, because that was an interesting conversation we had this week. I and we. I put I on our Twitter.
We at RNG Cast.
I put on our Twitter because I think of when I tweet from the Twitter not as Buster Knuckle but as the RNG Cast, and I put I because it's possessive. I probably should be putting we because it is technically two of us, and I do apologize.
No, this is funny. I mean, like, a lot of people may have seen that as like some kind of venomous thing, but no, it was just me having fun.
No, I didn't. Take,
I know.
That's the thing. I didn't take it as that at all. I was like, oh yeah, he's just busting my stones.
That GIF was amazing though. Like, that GIF is you all over. That you used. The friggin' I'm out with the mic drop. Like, bravo on that, finding that GIF. Like, oh my, holy crap! But yeah. Like, if anyone that spotted that on Twitter, don't worry. No, that wasn't like any kind of serious thing. It was just.
I saw it.
It was me having fun, essentially.
I just wanted to bring that up because I didn't want people to see that and be like, "Are they?
What's going on?" Or I mean, is RNG still going to be a thing?
Behind the scenes RNG Cast.
It's like, no, not really.
The only thing that can defeat the RNG Cast is proper fucking grammar.
It's you're talking about earlier. The only monster that can destroy the RNG Cast is the RNG Cast.
Yeah,
it's
all back in.
But the hilarious thing is, I mean, the arguments that me and Buster have, like, you'd be amazed that we'd actually still stick around one another sometimes. But I mean, like I've said, I mean, not even just the public things. Like,
no,
we've had some serious things, we'll say. But I mean, it's like that's why the best descriptor of me and Buster is like brothers. Mm-hmm. Because we legitimately fight like brothers, and that sometimes means like dragging through like some personal like crap that you may not actually like bring through in an argument against people, like, period, but here it is getting tossed up to this person. So, I mean, it happens. We get over it. We get stronger for it.
Yeah.
So, I mean,
as much as love it or hate it, we're stuck with each other.
yeah. Yeah.
Biz was smart. Biz was like, I'm out of here. These motherfuckers are crazy.
Yeah, we're too stubborn.
What? What? A promotion? What? I have to not be able to do a podcast on on Saturday mornings? Oh yeah, totally. Yeah. These guys, these are some crazy ass motherfuckers. Let's be honest. Yeah.
Get out of here.
I miss Biz.
I know.
We all do. We do too. But I mean, like I said, we weren't going to tell him no. You can't make more money. 100%. I wasn't going to tell him no.
No, for the integrity of the podcast, you can't make more money.
Don't better yourself. Who do you think you are? God. God.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Des and there's a very limited amount of people who I give that much leeway. Because we have said some things to each other which probably could have led to like,
oh yeah,
fuck you, I'm not doing this anymore.
Yeah, for sure.
Between the two of us, and like
we've given each other legitimate reason to actually walk away from this.
Yeah.
Like at points in times, like I said, we've had some like really personal issues with one another.
Yeah.
Like brought up in argument, but I mean, it has done nothing but made us stronger.
Exactly. Plus, it doesn't hurt that we're like an hour away from having the same birthday, which probably makes it why we are the way we are with each other, because we're the same.
Sorry, I'm sorry.
That's the truth, though. Like, if I was born an hour later, we would have the same birthday, or an hour earlier, right? Because you're ahead of you're the 12th, yeah.
Yeah, I'm 12.
Yeah, I'm the 13th. Like, yeah, if I was born an hour earlier, we'd have been like, oh yeah, we're birthday buds.
Yeah, I mean, by that I was like, are you kidding me?
Mm-hmm.
It's like, but yeah, it's
yeah.
The more you
yeah.
know.
If you see us arguing on Twitter, like if you ever hear or see us arguing, trust me, it's nothing.
No.
It's just us having fun.
And we're not gonna do it on something like Twitter. We would do it probably through private. If when it gets like that, we haven't done that. We haven't really bashed at each other for a while.
No.
Because the group is stronger.
Yeah, but I mean, it's so yeah. If it's something seen, that's just me and Buster having fun.
Yeah.
Because I mean, we do keep we don't air our dirty laundry. We keep things appropriate, unlike half of Twitter.
Look! I only air my laundry on Twitter because I don't have a dryer. All right. I only put it there because I don't have a dryer. I'm sorry. Everybody who has to watch me like post about like, man, I hate how negative things are getting lately.
I know, right? I mean,
I'm sorry.
Like legitimately, like, oh God. Like, okay, can I also ask, like, what is with this whole like faux pas explosion of 280 characters?
Oh my
It's like
God.
there's like some people that are legitimately angry about this, and it's like,
Who cares?
I'm of two minds. I like it because I control my friends.
I mean,
Other people do not like it because it clogs up their feeds.
Yeah.
So,
well, then do what I do. Stop following people. Like, legitimately, it took me way too long. Like, I couldn't go through my feed anymore because I was following too many companies.
Yeah.
I'm not going to say following companies is a bad thing, but I was following companies that, I mean, it's a good thing. The reason why I stopped following them, like people like Elgato.
Mm-hmm.
Elgato is so like in depth with like their community and like their partners and crap that they retweet so many freaking people it clogs up my feed. So I had to unfollow them. Like I use their products, but I had to unfollow them because oh my god, they are way too active.
There's something that I started doing in September. So a couple weeks after the game launched, that was like when everybody was like, why isn't there more? And it sucked.
Yeah.
And honestly, so I started a policy, and it's not to like silo myself away because I feel like you need to have conversations in order to see all viewpoints of something. However, the same argument over and over again is not necessarily compelling,
Yeah.
or as viable as it was the first time if there's new information.
Yeah.
You catch my drift?
Yeah.
So, like, I don't know. I started muting people. That is an option on Twitter. You don't have to unfollow them. You just mute them. And then I check back every month just to see how they're doing. I feel like that's, like, you can generally tell the past few days of somebody's Twitter feed how they're feeling.
Yeah.
And if their hackles are still raised over the same thing they were about a month ago, maybe give it more time, because I love this community and I love the conversations that we're able to have in it. However, just some things get hit into the ground too hard, and you gotta have.
I legitimately love the unvocal majority of this community.
Yeah.
Like the people that can do like the amazing things, like reaching the charity stream goals, like like blowing them out of the water every time there's a Destiny charity stream. Like that's the part of the community I adore.
Mm-hmm.
Because the douchebags that usually stick to their Twitter accounts are exactly that. They're the douchebags. So, I mean, not all of them are so bad, because if you want, like, at least, I'm not going to say 100% agreeable on what he says, but at least just logically and well thought out arguments, and, like, possibly some of the most constructive criticism I see comes from Mercules.
Yeah. Oh, 100%.
Yeah.
That dude is, like, one of the most positive.
I may not agree with 100% of what he says all the time, but I at least see where he's coming from every time he mentions something, and that's like half of the thing. And it's really sad that he gets so much gruff. Like, one of his latest tweets was linking to one of his Reddit posts on how he thought, like, the state of PvP, now that he's gotten used to it. And he's like, oh yeah, I can't wait for this to get buried in the downvotes. And it was very well written, man. It was super sad. And he actually even took the time to, like, bold his plot points in every paragraph, so you can just, like, skim through those plot points to really get an idea of what he's saying.
Yeah.
And it's like, why? And it's true. It's like it just gets buried. It's like, that's so sad, because I mean, here's an actual cohesive person getting buried by, oh, this game sucks because it sucks and can't do anything anymore.
Yeah.
God, I knew it was coming. I knew the Reddit voice was coming. I knew it.
Well,
I felt it in my bones. Like, oh, the Reddit voice is coming. Yep, here it is.
It's just like anything else. Like, if you find what you're looking for, and you should support the art and the creators that you feel best embody what you think this thing is. And we've seen it time and time again over the course of the past few months, where, like, people have kind of ruined their reputations in order to shit on a game that's making millions of dollars, that has brought a group of people together, and it's just I don't think it's worth your reputation.
No, it's mind-boggling
to go that hardcore into this game sucks and here's why. And you just need to, like, chill out and be a person, be a human being. Like, before you're, like, if you classify yourself as one thing before gamer, whatever other title you
should be person
choose, it should be human being.
Yeah,
for sure.
No.
And yeah, man. So, all right, there's your feel good ending. If you want to end it there,
I got one thing. I got one thing that is like a feel good ending about how.
All right.
If you shit, you got to watch who you shit on, because they have assholes too.
Rock New Monarchy.
Rock New Monarchy. Friend of the show, Mylan Games, put out a video of how Osiris defeat Vex. One of the comments on his page, which, by the way, probably 10-1, any comment on YouTube is negative. And that's just the way it is. The dude was like, who gives a fuck about the Vex and this dying-ass game? Bungie killed this game years ago when they did da-da-da-da, and, like, this guy went on a tirade, and Mylan, being the fucking superstar he is, his only comment was, feel better?
Yeah. It's exactly that. It's exactly that. Because, like, you don't know where that person was that day. That guy was probably at the BMV, just angry, just fucking angry, and you just don't know how people are, and that's a perfect response. It's like, look, are you okay?
You feel
good?
You better now? You feel better?
Yeah.
Do you need a hug, buddy?
Yeah.
I mean,
and like if you're calmed down now, we can actually talk about this.
Oh no, that never happens.
so I mean,
Exactly.
but yeah, like just members of the revolution, just keep in mind before anything you've become, you were at first human.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So, and everyone, I mean, everyone has started that way. Yeah.
You'll be appreciated by everyone for approaching people like that.
And like legitimately, that's a philosophy that's going to make waves. Is the fact that, like I said, everyone started as human. Just give each other that mutual baseline respect, and just like I said, be human. Good God.
Yep.
And for the love of God,
stop being angry.
And for the love of God, be respectful to women.
I know.
Yes.
Right? I know. I
Holy
saw that.
shit.
That's.
Oh my God, that guy lost his mind, and I'm just. Ooh.
And the bad thing is, all right. I'll comment on this. Like, I may not.
30 seconds will ruin your life.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah. Oh, or get you just a 5-day temporary ban on Twitch.
Well,
but,
no, I mean that guy. The things coming to that guy are like
vitriol. Just
there's gonna be. It's gonna be nothing to do is going to be punishment. The punishment that he gets. You know what I mean? Like he's definitely like. His entire career is now marred by that one comment, and that's like a lot of what we're seeing in our culture and society now.
That's basically. I mean, I'm not going to equate him to what Kramer did, but that's basically what he did. He just took any chance he had at being any sort of I want to stream for a living or I want to be an affiliated streamer, and was like, I'm just going to put this in the blender and hit blend and then pour a bunch of shit on it. So,
he's a partnered streamer. That's the thing. Like, that's the issue here. And I don't know, man. I feel like...
Real quick, Dan, do you want to explain what happened? Or, Des, do you want to explain what went on for the people?
Well, I mean, just... I'll put it this way. I mean, it's basically... I don't know the individual because I don't, like...
Yeah.
When Twitch announced the IRL stuff, it's like, yep, I'm staying away from that. And then I'll watch live stream fails, and like half of that comes from IRL, and it's like, yep, that's why I stay away from that. But yeah, there's an individual that clip made it around on Twitter. The only reason I saw it was because Bones from Crucible Radio replied to it, or like replied about it, should I say? Retweeted it. But it brought it to my attention. I saw, because there are actually 2 clips in that like entire string of like how it went, and this individual was basically being very. I mean, this was like hateful things to women, and he was saying it in the guise of supposedly being like a nerd and geek and being like rejected. And let me tell you what, having been that as a child, having like. With my attitude and everything, I was always with the outcast. I was, of course, the nerd because I was playing RPGs, and that was the nerd thing back then. But I mean, I was the nerd. I was into Star Trek. I was into things. I was with the outcast because the preps just, that wasn't me. And yeah, so I mean, to have that kind of childhood and to hear that kind of attitude, like towards people. No, that's no.
Well, so he was saying that like all these women who didn't pay attention to us in high school and all this that like they had to come here and take this from us. Like just being a real shit and like just not being a person, not being a human, not seeing people as human first. And it kind of like it's like kind of terrifying because that's like kind of the society and the culture that we're in right now is that like my opinion is the best and nobody else's opinion matters and I'm entitled to my opinion and everybody should hear it. and not every opinion needs to be heard necessarily.
What got me was the entitlement in his voice.
Yes.
Oh, yeah.
Because then you could also see like the vitriol and hatred he has. And
Oh
you're
yeah.
Like,
Oh yeah.
hey,
This is
There's
the
no
type
way
of-
that guy is happy with his life. Like
No.
if that's the video that he made, imagine like where he is mentally in his life.
Every day.
He's just not having a good time.
No.
And the fact that he feels like he can target a group of people that whether they're successful or not, whether they are partnered, affiliated or not, like none of that, like it doesn't matter. Like this guy feels shitty about where he is, and so he's trying to tear everything down for the people that he feels are subjugating him. But they're not, because they don't know him, they don't care about him.
And
Like,
for people, like just to say real quick, like all these descriptors like put something in my head. But for people to think that this isn't a dangerous mindset to have,
Oh,
and
no,
that
it's
it's
super
like,
dangerous.
and that it's like an isolated thing. Let me tell you a little story about an incredible speaker back in the day, like way back when. He was an incredible, like probably one of the best speakers in history, legitimately. But had an issue, like had to be coming from a real crappy place in his life, but felt entitled.
his art career wasn't taking off.
Yeah, but I mean, he had an issue with people, and wanted certain people to be risen up, and his name was Adolf Hitler. And yeah, let's say that this isn't like this type of attitude isn't dangerous, because depending on who you talk to, that didn't happen, but I mean, it happened.
Oh my God.
It was a thing. Like I said, legitimately, probably one of the best speakers in history. Because the man knew how to speak. The man knew how to rile people up. So all we need is that kind of like charisma and these dangerous ideas, and somebody's going to pay. And it's not going to be pretty. It's going to be right.
Yeah, I know. It's just like, and he's not saying, like, Des is not saying that this guy's Hitler either.
No. I'm just saying.
like
I
so,
said, this type of like targeting and crap can become extraordinarily dangerous.
yeah, and we've seen it time and time again. Like, but you can also you shouldn't also silo yourself away from that conversation. Like, you should approach it head on and say, you know what, that's kind of a shitty thing to say.
Yeah.
And,
This guy's a dirtbag.
Yeah.
Like, when I saw the clip, I was like, should I comment? No, because if you comment, like, obviously a normal human being would be like, oh, well, this guy's a dirtbag. Why the fuck is he getting the limelight? Like, putting his name out there is kind of like making him, like, feeding the fire almost. So I was like, I'm not going to do this. But I do understand why people are, because, some people need to say, like, if you see something that gets your goose in a gander, you're like, well, I'm going to say something. So I understand. I'm not saying, Bones or any of the other people I've seen in my timeline comment are doing the wrong thing. But me personally, I see it as like, oh, I'm giving this guy shine,
Yeah, I don't see it as that. I see it as like I said, his punishment is not 5 days away from Twitch.
No, it's coming.
His punishment is his reputation is now tarnished forever.
Mm-hmm.
You're on this earth for who knows how long, and you only get one shot at really having like a clean break, And yeah, some people like he took that 30 seconds, and that's all it took me.
Yeah.
So I don't know.
So Des,
I wish him happiness.
No, I was about to say to bring this back up into a lighthearted manner, like however long I have been, I now have 603 tokens.
Yay!
I was going to ask because I have 369.
Yeah, so I mean, so in the time, whenever I started to now, as long as our math is accurate, there's all of your packages. So yeah, this is dumb. This is dumb.
Real dumb.
This is like the best loot cave ever.
This is Superman dumb big. My room's got rooms. This is what it is. And by the way, when I say my room's got rooms, I'm talking about closets.
Hashtag Superman's TARDIS.
Yeah. Hashtag new Monarchy butt rock.
Hashtag New Monarchy Butt Rock. Superman's TARDIS. What else did we have today? We had Possum Baby. We had
Keep door closed, Possum Baby.
yeah. We had a lot of things today, and I'm real happy to be a part of it.
Whenever Dan comes on, the show slowly degrades into geek, anime, and in the comic talk, which is right up our wheelhouse anyway. So we're all right. Dan, tell everybody where they can find you, buddy, so I can bring this runaway train into the station somehow.
Crazy train!
Mm-hmm.
You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Danfinity. You can find me on Twitter at DanFinitTwitch. See what I did there. And also, today is Veterans Day, the day that we're recording this. And, hey.
Oh, yeah. Happy Veterans Day.
Thank you.
Hey, thanks, guys.
You're welcome. So, yeah, that's me.
Go ahead, Des.
And this is your boy Raven, currently opening Future World packages. Hey, got the rocket launcher and boots. Anyway, you can find me on Twitter at DES_Raven. I may be a little quiet, which eventually I'm probably going to talk a lot about my thoughts such about dot hack. So that might be coming like when I'm on break at work and nothing else to talk about. You can find me at Twitch at twitch.tv/the Corvus Nest. Wow, almost forgot it. And you can search me out on YouTube. Death Switch Raven. Jesus. Sorry, fantastic variable, so I can check that out now.
That was excitement in his voice that made him forget his YouTube page. I'm Buster. Oh, what you get?
I'm done. Time.
Okay, you're done.
I got it. I'm good.
No more packages.
Can I go down?
You can go. I'm sorry.
Okay, cool. And I'm Buster Knuckle, currently flying into the tower to drop off my new Monarchy packages. You can find me on Twitter at BusterKnuckle13. That's BusterKnuckle13. You can find me on Twitch, twitch.tv/Buster_Knuckle. I've been playing a lot of Fortnite. I'll probably be streaming that, even though I suck really, really bad at it.
Pretty fun, though.
Really fun to play. Really, really fun. Also, real quick, Paladin's warning. They're releasing a new Damage champion, and the bitch is OP. Not bitch being disrespectful, bitch meaning she's the boss.
Yeah.
You can find me on YouTube. There you go, pulling the desk because I just got the sidearm. the one that they were going to sell if they won, but they didn't because fuck you, Dead Orbit. You can just search Buster Knuckle. You can find this podcast, the RNG Cast, at the RNG Cast on Twitter. Once again, I is referring to we. Not I as in Buster Knuckle, I as in the group together, but I will use we if need be. I'm sorry. You could email us, the rngcast@gmail.com. I think we have a Twitch, twitch.tv/the on YouTube, the RNG Cast podcast, because someone took the RNG Cast. We also have a Patreon if you choose this, if you would like to support us with any monetarily, whatever. If you want to give us some money, we'll give you the show early. We'll do some pre-show stuff. We'll do an exclusive show if you put the top rank. I just turned in an exotic engram and got the Actium War Rig once again.
Yay!
Yeah, for a whole, you're really mad. You're probably Dead Orbit underneath that cloak. And that being said, good Lord, thank you for listening. This is the RNG Cast. We're out.
Later, man.
See you all next week. I do that for